Hey everybody, it's Heather. I'm going to give you my hair update. So I know the lighting isn't probably the best here, so what I like to do sometimes is just take my hair and I put it in it. I put it up in this clip so that way it shows you a little bit of my journey. Let's see if I can get a light here. I got some questions that I'm going to be, see? Oh, well, it's not the best light, is it? I look so scary. Ah! So that didn't work out quite as I planned. And my hair is looking pretty high. So I got my cat, Sunflower, in the background. So if you didn't want to be entertained by me, you can be entertained by my cat. So Sunflower. Okay, she's leaving the picture, so it's back to just being me. So, I'm upstairs in my room. Actually, this is the guest room. So, I wrote down some questions from someone else's site. So, I'm just going to read, I guess it's 10 questions. There's some hashtags, silversisters, natural gray hair, and ditch the dye. So, I'm going to be adding those on all my white hair videos. I just think I just not liking my hair up like that today. And so anyway, so how old were you when you started to go gray? I was 16 when I noticed it. And I used to pull out all my hair and it would be very thin. And a lot of people say I'm going bald, but I have naturally baby fine hair. And right now this hair is not very flattering and it looks like I'm bald. But that is just me and my very, very white hair. So how old were you when you decided to do transition? Well, you guys need to know how old I am. I'm going to tell you. I'm 53 years old. Yes, I know. I do look young to some people for my age. And I think it's because I do have my wrinkles and I embrace every one of them. I do clean my face with skincare products. I try to buy the best products money can buy, even though they seem like they're not working. I notice that this time of year is very dry on the face, so I've been giving my face extra moisturizer because my face was so dry. I was really just starting to look haggard and old. And it is the end of the day, and the lighting isn't good, so, you know, there you have it. I started coloring my hair. Think. Was I 25 or 28? I was between the 25 to 28 when I would color my hair, probably even 25. When I got to the point where I couldn't pull my hair anymore, pull the gray. And then my eyebrows are natural. Like I was saying, some people like to color their eyes, lashes, or their eyebrows and stuff in their hair. Luckily for me, my eyelashes are still pretty dark. There's no white hair in it. So when I've been coloring my hair, and it got to a point maybe about 10 years ago, I started coloring my hair every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks, and then I had some of these large chunky highlights because I just liked highlights back then. But what had happened to me is that my hair started to burn and it fried and it was a real mess, and it was right, this part of my hair would be a big knot. So the best thing I ever did for my hair was A, start going to a professional. B, they would only do the roots, they wouldn't do the whole thing. And the reason why I started going to a hairdresser regularly is because I was poor at one point when I was going to school and I colored my own hair. And then I looked at a friend of mine and her hair looked so flat. We were just buying drugstore stuff. Like we weren't even going to Sally's. Like it was like too much for us. But we do each other's hair because it had to be done. We couldn't have like, especially when you have dark hair and you get white hair, you can be very skunky. You know, I would never let that strip go very bad. Very fast. So the longest I would ever go would be 4 to 6 weeks on my hair. So it's quite often, it was quite damaging, and that cat's around. Now there's Lily in the basket. So anyway, so the transition happened to me about, I'm thinking 3 years ago. It might even been 5 because I have been thinking about this a long time, but 3 years ago, it took me 2 years, was trying to tell hairdressers that I want to let my hair grow. So they gave me some large chunks, and then it just made me blonde, and I was trying to do what I'm doing now, and I just couldn't explain myself. Or like I said, I went after hairdresser who swore up and down they were helping me, and they weren't. And then my hair was cut too short, and I was letting it grow. So the best way to let it grow was to cut it myself between appointments. So I started doing my own hair every 3 months. Every third month I would go to the hairdresser. So every 2 months I was trimming my own bangs, coloring my own hair, just so I can get this test strip happening here, because I'm thinking. And I've been watching a lot of videos where a lot of people's hair is white. It looks like it's really white, but it's not. So it's a big surprise what it's going to turn out like. But I know a lot of my hair is white only because I've been going to hairdressers so often, and they were saying, your hair is so white. It's like, yeah, I know. And so I always asked them what percentage. And so they said my hair from the ear forward was 75% white. And I thought that's a pretty high percentage. So I can't wait to see what grows out. I hear a lot of people talking about there's a negative side of letting your hair grow out, like an awkward stage. So I've been, like I said, working with hairdressers to try to make it so it's not so awkward. And that's what this here lighted strip is for, so that it's a mixture. So it's going to be a mixture of white and black until I get to the point where I can let it go. And I noticed where I had a temporary color into it, I noticed that, I don't know if that's just a light or the bad light, but where I colored temporary, it's starting to fade out now. So, and my bangs are feeling a little long. So it's, I say I got about 2 more weeks of this hairdo before I'm going to be doing something else. So getting on to question 3. Did you go to your hairdressers to help with the transition, or did they just go cold turkey? I never ever could go cold turkey. I'm all about having my hair look good, because you never know what I'm going to do, who I have to present. Sometimes I'm out in the public. I like maintaining that a little lipstick and eyeliner go a long way. I always try to blow dry my hair before I go out. Otherwise, it's a stringy mess. Here's my hair at the end of the day. But I found the difficulty with the hairdressers in what I was trying to do. And I found that they put me right back to square one, or give me a hairdo I didn't want. They cut my hair short. It's just been not a positive experience for me. And this last hairdresser really worked with me, only because I let it grow out and say, I don't want this colored. And so then we bleached this one together. So, and I had a video up on that. So largely, a whole lot of hairdressers haven't been in cooperation with me. And it's because when you tell a hairdresser what you want and what their interpretation of what you want are 2 different things. There's what you have in your head. So this here, right, what's happening now with my hair, I feel like I'm on track to fulfilling my dream of just letting my hair go white. And remember, you can always color it back. Like, this here is just an experiment. I'm having so much fun. I'm very proud of all the lines and wrinkles I got in my face. I'm very proud of my white hair. I think it's really beautiful that it's coming in so white. You know, I just think it's interesting. And you get to the point where my natural hair color has been almost dark brown. It's not black, but very dark brown. So it came a long way, and I've been fighting this a very long time. What are we talking here? Like 35 years? How old am I? Think of the math. Like 3 decades I've been fighting this gray hair. So my hairdressers are helpful, but not in the way I wanted help. So that's a tough call. Like, I should be gray already. And it could be just that I'm maybe a little scared or don't have the nerve. It takes a lot of guts to do this, is what I'm finding out. A lot of women want to do this, but are not doing it. So, but I'm just, the videos I've been seeing, like the women's hair, if they let it go, it's so natural and it doesn't have the damage that coloring your hair does happen. And it's just, I've noticed a lot of women who've done this are very beautiful. It's a natural thing. So why is it that there's a taboo to letting our hair go white? So I don't know. I just think that I've been toying with it for a while. And so anyways, I'm going to put up my photo. It's going to be my Snapchat. And I should have introduced that earlier. But I'm putting it up just to show you guys what my whole hair from a Snapchat thing I did a few years ago that kind of re-inspired me to do what I'm doing. So I think, yeah, I'll just put it up in the, in the photo that you can post a thumbnail. So anyway, so we're not getting very far in these questions. What was your reaction of your friends and family? Well, for the most part, whenever I spoke up about 2 years ago, it was like, don't do it, it'll age you by 10 years. And I'm thinking, well, I got 10 years. I look 10 years younger, so what? In my family, I'm just known to be somebody who goes outside the box. I do what I want to do, and I'm well known for that. And most of my friends have been very supportive. I know I had one friend who said no, and then she looked at my hair and says, you know, it doesn't look so bad. You know, they could have gone whiter with it. And all my friends are hairdressers, but they're not in business. But they had cut my hair at one point or another. And so I say overall, it's been very supportive. But like I said, years ago, I was reading, not reading, but watching some YouTube videos where somebody said, let them know that you're transitioning, like your hair, like you're going to let your hair go white. You ask them for support and not to call you out, because there is going to be an ugly stage. And I'm hoping to work with my hairdressers so that I can minimize the ugly, awkward stage that gets a lot of women depressed. And that's where it just grows out really long. So I've seen women where they take this part of their hair and they make that all highlight and bleach it out white. And then that covers down this hair, and then they let the back part go naturally, because you're not going to see that part anyway. So, and I'll explain more as I go through this. Do you receive a lot of criticism with your gray hair? Not yet, because as you know, from when I wore my hair forward, which I'm going to put back up for you guys right now. My hair isn't usually this puffy. Like right now, I mean, I've heard, oh, they're starting to see the white, you know, because it's growing out a little bit. But for the most part, when I wear my hair forward, I'm not receiving the criticism because you really can't see a whole lot of it. So if so, how did you deal with it? You know, it is what it is. Somebody says, oh, I can see your white hair. It's like, good, right? You give them nowhere to go. And so what is the other thing here? What's the least favorite thing about being gray? What's your favorite thing and the least favorite thing? Well, my favorite thing is that I just think that this white hair that I've been hiding under my dyed hair for this many years is so freaking beautiful. I'm just so proud that it's so white. Like, you know, like I said, my hair got to the point where this is no longer my natural color. And and it's just that where I had to color my hair so often for so long, you truly get tired of it. So I guess that's probably what the least thing is. You get to a point where you just say, I can't do it anymore. But my favorite thing is that most of it that I'm seeing, like it's still like this, it's surprise package. But what I'm seeing with this part of my hair, it's so white. It's like, I love that. So what's my least favorite thing about going gray? Well, it's just that I think it's the industry, or what we're believed, how can I put that? We're led to believe that this is what we need to do. We need to color our hair. We need to look young. And we don't want no lines. We don't want white hair. You know, we're afraid of wrinkles. But, you know, I was even told by a person one time that they want to put Botox right into this line. And I love this line. And I love these other little lines I have on my face and this line here. I just think it had so much character. But maybe I'm all about appreciating scars and birthmarks and everything that, you know, I guess lack of a better word, what God gave you. So I really like these lines around my face, like here in my new chin. I mean, who doesn't like the baggy eyes? But they're not so bad, really. Come on, I don't even wear makeup to hide it. I noticed I'm getting a lot of lines here on this part of my eye, and I wouldn't mind plastic surgery, but I did see a plastic surgeon, and he says, I'm not touching your face. And it's the best thing I ever did, because I was 38. And it was like, gosh, it was over 20 years ago I wanted a facelift. And now that I feel that I stay hydrated with water, I try to eat superfoods, I try to be healthy as I can. And I gave up drinking pop, which is all chemicals. And I find that by staying hydrated and trying as hard as you can to fight your aging with water and good foods, like those are things that are going to work on your skin. And not smoke. Like I never smoked in my life. I have tried it when I was under the influence of alcohol, but I have asthma, so I get like a lung infection, so I can't be smoking, and I don't go near anybody who's smoking. So I think that has helped me a lot. I used to drink out of a straw, and I noticed I had a wrinkle right down here. So I actually had to stop drinking from a straw because this was a line right in the middle of my face, and it went away. And I noticed that people who smoke, they get a lot of lines through here. So, and when I moisturize my face, I make sure that I get my lip so that I don't have to deal with lines there. But for the most part, I just love my lines. I love that my hair is gray underneath. I can't wait till I got a full head of hair, and I hope I can handle it. And I'm thinking like where I have my hair highlighted, I might have my hair highlight with dark colors. I don't know what fashion I want to have yet. So it's a very exciting journey. It's not depressing for me. I'm not depressed over it. I'm not doing it because like I can't afford it, because everybody can afford to do their own hair from Sally's, let me tell you. So let's get to question 9. What is the biggest advice to anyone looking to start this process? What can I tell you? Own it. Just do it. Own it. When I walked to my friend's house and I said, we're going to go for a walk, and I had my hair up. I usually wear my hair up when I'm walking, or when my hair feels too long, it feels a little heavy. So it's not often anybody ever sees my hair up because I always have my hair down. I don't even have an elastic for a ponytail. All I have is these little clips, and I have to have small clips because my hair is so thin and the clips are too heavy. So when I think about my best friend, April, she looked at me and says, what have we here? It's like, my hair, I let it go white. And she's like, I'd love to do that. It's, you're looking for your friends with your advice. And you know what? I'm saying that women, they call it silver sisters, we just need to support one another and encourage everybody with what they're trying to do. So my cat's no longer in the basket. You guys don't. I don't like this video with this bed in the background. I might even redo this video. Who knows? What is the favorite compliment that you have received about your hair? And I think that was about my best friend. She goes, "This is why you're the leader." Right? And I was thinking, oh, I'm glad I'm still leader. And then she goes, we'll let you be the guinea pig. And I'm like, let's go back to calling me the leader. So she says, you're so brave. And, I want to do that. I'm so tired of not coloring my hair. Like anybody who's been coloring their hair 10, 20, 30 years, or for somebody like me who's been going gray since I was 16. And then my other sisters and one of my brothers, I have one brother who's like me. And I got 6 brothers, 5 sisters. Yes, you heard right. 5 sisters, 6 brothers. One brother, people make fun of him like, they say, I know he's coloring his hair. I know he's secretly coloring his hair. And he's not. His hair is so dark. It just started to go gray within the last 3 years. But it's like, if I'm 75% white hair, he is like not even 5% white. It's so crazy. And my sister, 2 of my older sisters, they didn't have to color their hair. Even when they let it grow out, they don't have to color it. It's like they color it because they want to, or they want their hair to look fresher. It's they color their hair more like on a regular basis because their hair is starting to show gray. But my sister is, what, is she 10 years older than me? She's only started coloring hair recently within the last 10 years. So I've gotten a good 30 years on her. So I've done a lot more things in my hair and highlight and stuff like that. So that's the thing about, my favorite compliment is like, what have we here? Like it's a prize. And I was encouraged to do what I was doing because everybody wants to do it, but they won't try it. And so that was the biggest compliment. Like, we're going to see how you do, then we're going to do it too. And I'm thinking, yeah, I think so. And I tried everything, tried to find a wig, tried to find hats. I couldn't find what I wanted. So who was your gray hair idol? You know what? I was thinking of this last night when I was writing these notes that I wanted to present here today. My mother. My mother never wore makeup. I think she wore a lipstick a couple of times because when somebody's wedding and somebody convinced her to put lipstick on. But my mother never wore makeup. She never had wrinkles. She died at like age 81. And her hair was dark. And then the way her hair went gray was not good. she had these big bald spots, and she had to wear like this turban, and she wore different types of scarves, and they say it was stress, but she just didn't know what happened. She went bald, and when her hair grew back in, it grew in white. She had big bald spots. I remember as a little girl. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody's hair go that way. And she never really did say what it was. You know, it just happened. And maybe she was doing something she was keeping from us. Who knows? But whenever she went to the hairdresser to get her hair colored, the hairdressers wouldn't do it. They said, no. Women paid money to have their hair look like yours. Yours looks this way naturally. So we're not doing it. So nobody would color her hair. And I'm glad, because you get to a certain age where you color your hair dark and it looks bad. So I'm more or less looking around seeing people whose hair looks bad. And so, like I said, I'm trying real hard to keep mine fashionable as I transition. But I can't wait. It's like, it's going to take months to get this way. So anyways, my mother was my idol. And I know this took way longer than usual, than 10 questions about you need to think about going gray. And just like some other woman left them in the comment box, I'll leave them in the comment box for you. So if you make a video that you can tag Silver Sisters, Natural Gray Hair, and Ditch the Dye, that you can put those 3 tags on there, so that when women look for videos to let their hair go white, that they have those. So stay tuned for my next video, is the 3 choices that you make for letting your hair go white. So I'm thinking I'll be making that one tomorrow or the next couple of days. Press like and subscribe. Leave your comments. I'm still at the point where I get to answer everybody's. See you real soon.